For more on what to expect, let's hear from a man with more than 20 years' experience as an auto industry specialist. Well, Jay Nagley is founder and managing director of the consultancy Redspy and joins us now. Jay, thank you so much for coming in. Is it going to be much of the same that we've seen? So a lot of cautiousness out there from consumers, actually not spending so much as we await to know what the world economy brings.
Yes, the sales figures for the last 3 months and the financial figures probably aren't going to be that bad and aren't really going to back up the falls in the stock price. But I guess what people are doing is factoring in what's expected to happen. And the American manufacturers have now slashed capacity so much that they can make money in the US on any conceivable sales figure. You know, at the moment, the US market's running at about an annual level of about 12.9 million. The American automakers can make a profit on anything much above 11. So they've got a lot of space, but what happens in the rest of the world, and also the fear that things could go so bad that they could plunge back into loss even in the United States.
So, Jay, in terms of, you know, what industries seem to be the strongest? I mean, there's always appetite for luxury cars if it's a product that people want, even if in these very difficult economic times. Yes,
broadly speaking, the premium car manufacturers have done much better over the last year or two. They were the first into the recession after the financial crisis, but they were first out of it as well. And of course, Asian demand from wealthy consumers has really boosted them. I mean, even Jaguar Land Rover, which a few years ago was a basket case, reported last year £1 billion in profit, £1 billion in profit. So that's a very good market to be in. So long as Asia stays strong, then the premium makers stay strong. The other car manufacturers, Ford is halfway through his strategy of completely globalising, making the same cars all over the world, which is...
Good or bad?
Well, it's different. Most car companies are trying to customise production.
Sure, exactly. If you, I guess, sell for, you know, the urbans, you sell for a smaller company, and so it does seem like a strategy which really gyres with the rest of the car makers.
Yes, Volkswagen, for example, is going exactly the opposite way by making cars specifically for the United States, specifically for China, specifically for Europe, based on common components. Ford says, no, the world is shrinking, we can make the same car everywhere, and we can use the cost savings from common designs to add more electronics, and that's what consumers really want in the future. That's a strategy that's come from Alan Mulally, who's taken a global view from Boeing, where, of course, a plane is a plane is a plane all over the world. And he is pursuing a different strategy to the rest of the car industry. So it's going to be fascinating.
Do you think it will work? I mean, of course, a plane is a plane, but no, you know, I don't choose a plane. I fly and I just book a ticket.
Yes.
But then I book and I decide what car I drive depending on what I need, whether I live here or there.
So far, early signs are quite good. American consumers have responded better to European small Fords like the Fiesta and the Focus, which is only just, you know, around in America now. They have responded better than a lot of people expected. So it's kind of so far so good, but it is a high-risk strategy. If it works, it's going to bring big benefits, but it is very risky.
Jay, what about here in Europe? Are there any car manufacturers that seem to be doing better than others?
Well, again, of the Americans, Ford is making a profit. It's probably going to be somewhere around $1 billion. That's its kind of running rate at the moment, which could, of course, drop depending on what happens in the next 3 months. GM is just making a profit. It's breaking even before exceptional items, which in Europe is a big result for them. They've cut capacity by 20%, so that's better. The one that's in the most trouble is Fiat, who, of course, are now linked with Chrysler. And ironically, Fiat have effectively taken over Chrysler. Chrysler is now making money. Fiat in Europe isn't. Fiat's making money in Latin America and it's making money on commercial vehicles. It's not making money on cars. It has a terribly dated model range. Consumers are abandoning it in droves. It cut back on investment in Europe while it's concentrating on sorting out United States. And it does have major strategic issues. OK, we'll see what happens next. Thank you so much, Jay. Thanks for joining us. Jay Nagley there, Managing Director of automotive consultancy Redspy.